Hi, DIY Jeff here, and today we're going to be replacing the door lock actuator on the driver's side rear door of a 2005 Honda CRV. This driver's side passenger rear door will not lock or unlock with the inside lock or the remote. The only way to unlock it is manually. So we're going to fix that today. As with all DIY projects working on your car, anytime you're dealing with anything electrical, you should unhook the negative battery cable, which you can see here I've done. Before starting to remove the door panel, be sure that you roll your window all the way down. It's going to not be possible to get the actuator out with the window up. The window needs to be all the way down. In order to remove the actuator, we will need to remove the door panel. The first step to remove the door panel will be to take off the trim around the door handle latch, and then we will remove some screws behind this access panel. What I have here today is a very small flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to show you how you can easily pop this panel out. So to remove this cover plate, we're going to take our small flathead screwdriver, put it in the notch, leverage it up, and just pull down, and the cover comes out. We have one Phillips head screw here, and it is hard to see with the shadow, but there is another Phillips head screw here. Remove those and you'll be ready to remove the trim off this door handle. For now, we're going to go ahead and leave this loose and not take off the bar that comes into the door lock handle to activate the door. We're going to leave this loose. It's possible that we're going to be able to slide this in and through this whole opening here once we get the door panel loose. Next, we need to take a screw off that's holding this on. It's up inside here. I'm going to put my light up in there and show you. So in that hole is a Phillips head screw. We need to unscrew that out. My car seems to be missing it, but there's also a screw right here that you'll need to take out. Now we need to remove this cap. It's just held in with a clip. I'm going to take my screwdriver. I'm going to come up underneath here and just pry loose a little bit. Carefully pull that out. Under that cap there is another retaining clip here. It's a push button retaining clip. I'm going to take my very small flathead, get it down inside here, push, pull that out. As you get that middle section pops out, and then you can pull that and the whole clip comes out. With everything else removed, at this point what we have here are just retaining clips that are holding this in. So we want to remove those now. To remove these, I have a couple of tools, a flathead screwdriver, and this just happens to be a little wrench I've got that I just use for prying. If I get my flathead under here, get some leverage, my flathead it's under there, and then you can hear there, one pop. Of course you want to be very careful. If you aren't too careful, you can end up breaking a clip, like the one I broke there. Just go real slow. They should just kind of pop loose. As you can see, it didn't take very many. With all the clips removed from the bottom, this is just hanging loose and it just sits on this ledge. So what I want to do is I want to just lift up and it comes off. We're still attached, so now I'm going to show you how to unattach all your wiring for your power window. Let's see if this will push through. There we go. Push that through, that way we don't have to disassemble that. I'm not looking at the back side of the panel, looking from the bottom up. It's still connected. I've got it, the door panel resting against the car. I'm gonna get my little screwdriver under here, under the tab on this retaining clip, and I'm gonna pop that loose like that. And then on this tab here, I'm gonna push down on this clip. Just gonna walk it out. We need to remove the vapor barrier, which is this white plastic, and it's held up here with some sticky stuff. It's almost kind of like a gum. Just go really slow, peel that back. You don't want to lose any of it because you're going to reuse that to stick it back up. Just going to slowly peel. So our actuator is down in here. Give you a wide view here. So you can see it, our actuator is down here at the end. We need to, first off, we need to remove this door latch rod from its retaining, and you can just let it sit down there. Here you can see our door lock actuator that's mounted up inside here. It's the cream colored unit there. And we have one electrical wire on this door that plugs into that. So I've got, this is the wire here that's covered in a sheath. You go up here, against the side here is where the clip is. You just reach down there, put your thumb on that clip, and then pull, and it releases. We need to remove a screw on the actuator. It's very hard to see. I'm going to try to get you in here. Alright, so on the very top there of the actuator, you can see that brass screw. And then you can also see a screw down to the left. We need to remove both of those screws. There may be more after that, but we got to get those out first. After taking out the two screws, I started wiggling this thing around and saw how loose it was. If you just take your hand right up underneath it and just kind of wiggle it, it'll pop out. Wanted to give you a side-by-side comparison of the old actuator with the new actuator. This is a Duralast actuator. I've had really good experience with these. They have a limited lifetime warranty. This one is DLA 218, and this one is listed as the driver's side front actuator, but as you're going to see here, they're almost identical. And the reason that I'd have the driver's side front is, for some reason, the driver's side rear actuator is extremely expensive. This one here, with a coupon I got for $37. The one that's actually made for the rear is over $100, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, let me just show you the comparison. They look almost basically identical, and Duralast makes some great products. You can see the connection plugs are the same. The mounting arm is the same. All of the characteristics are the same. We turn them over. And they are same on the back sides as well. So this one here just flips a little bit, and that's the same with this one. So we're going to get this mounted in. I'm going to show you really quick how to put it back in. So when putting the new actuator in, it's going to be key that this here lever, which controls the door latch, that this little hole right here gets onto inside. You see a green pin. Let's see if we can find it. All right, you can see that green right there. At the bottom of that green, you can't see it because the covering is over the top of it. But there is that green arm comes down and it has a little stud on the end of it that this little hole here has to go over. So this gets slid right up on top of that. So I'm gonna give it a shot here. I won't be able to do it with the camera because I can't get two hands and do all that at the same time. But I'll let you know how it goes. So I think this job's gonna be a little bit easier if I can go ahead and just get this plastic cover off. And wiggling it around, it looks like it might just have one screw that's holding it in, which would be down in here. Looks like there's a brass screw, Phillips head. So I'm going to try to pull that out and see if that plastic cover will come off. So I did get that cover off. It was just the one brass screw, and the orientation of this is it's in here sideways like this. So you just got to get that screw off. Be very careful you don't drop that screw down into the bottom of the container down here. The door it'll be pretty hard to get out. I like to use a magnetic screwdriver that'll help keep the screw on the tip of the screwdriver when I pull it out. So anyway, pulled that out, and now you can see, we can clearly see the tab right there on the green tab, and that's where the hole is going to go. And once we get that back on, then we can go ahead and put that cover plate back on that I just took off and put things back together. So I got the door latch clip assembled, and I went ahead and put in the two mounting screws because they're a lot easier to put in before you put the cover back on. So I got those on there, and I even gave it a test. So I can't test it to lock with the way this, without shutting the door and everything, but I can put this in the unlock mode. Oh, wrong one. All right, so that is the lock mode. This would be down at this point. And when I take the unlock button, you can watch it pop up. So that tells me that the actuator is working, and I'll give it a full test once we get everything put back together. I got the plastic guide back in, cover there, and it did take a little bit of time wiggling around to get it in the right spot. So the best thing to do, that screw goes through a threaded insert that's in the plastic cap as well. So you can back out the threaded screw, but still keep the screw in the cap, and then get it positioned right over the hole. Push this down, get it nice and snug, and then you can screw it all the way back in. And you need a small screwdriver. I was using something like this. If you get anything too long, you're not going to be able to get the angle to get in on it. Door panel is all back together, so now it's time to give it a test. So right now, door opens, door is unlocked. Press the lock on the remote and the vehicle locks. 2 clicks on the unlock and the vehicle unlocks. So you can see it. Right now the vehicle is unlocked. We'll go lock. Vehicle's locked. Unlock. Vehicle's unlocked. So there you go. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, DIY Jeff, for other instructional videos.